policy is should, language and regulation is shall. Yeah, so should is a very strong word, and it's saying what we want to happen, but these are not regulations. What we need to do is change regulations to say shall. I very much agree with you, particularly on the issues that you're using as an example, but it's not right to put too many shalls, if any shalls, in the comprehensive plan goals and policies. These are things that we're striving to do. We need implementation development regulations that actually call for that. And maybe we change the engineering standards at the public works to make that happen.
Yeah, if I can, we are, as I think we've briefed in the past, and Mr. Collins, you've asked for it, we are, as part of our NPDS permit, we are required to completely review all our stormwater ordinances. We've gone through it, and it was funded in 2015. So we're bringing to probably the UAC in July all the ordinance changes and regulations in regard to stormwater development and low impact development.
Right, so as a policy then, we're obviously in agreement that we want low impact development.
Yep.
So, as in a comprehensive plan, we are going to, it's like, we're gonna require it. We're gonna, we've gotta be, I guess when reading all these things, they're like, yeah, we could do this, or we should do this, or we'll encourage that. That's not getting us to where we want to go, or there's no measurables. It's like 5 or 30% of the city will be at, will utilize low impact development. At least now we have a measure to say that, did we make it or not? Do we have 30%? Now that we have 30%, okay, we're actually heading in the right direction. So we really need to, what I would encourage as council is that there's so much information here. And there's so many regulations that have been here for years and years and years that have not really been discussed, aired out, and that have not had any measures, and we have no way of knowing where they're at. So I would like for us to do a bunch of workshops on going through this, especially each policy and each objective, because they are significant. This is the one that's steering the boat in the right direction. If we don't get this right, everything else is based off of this. Our zoning is based off of this, the budget, everything is based off of this. And yes, there's been some changes, there was a lot of input, which is really great because that helped to verify that we have a lot of folks that really do agree with what we have here. But we don't have a really good document that will force us to get there, or have us at least say, oh, every year we're tracking and look, we're doing really well on this one, we're not doing so well on this one, but we need a report card for Port Angeles that shows us where we're going. And this is the tool. So I understand that we need to pass this because we need to meet our regulations, and I'm happy to do that. Because I've sent Mr. West a bunch of changes. I want all the history and all the procedures and all that stuff, put that in the index. That's not the meat of the matter. The meat of the matter are the policies and the objectives. So what I want to do is say something like, by January 1st, or the first meeting in January, we will have measurables and clear policies. And maybe the transportation element will be reviewed by then, or will be returned back to the planning commission. So I want to be sensitive to this because I know this is really important to get grants, but I also want to put deadlines on staff and say, we are going to go back and we're going to review this. 2 weeks is not enough time to go through something major like this. And I know that, like I said, the planning commission finally approved this on the 25th of May. And so we've had that since then. And I have gone through this, but I know I personally would love to go back and really take a look at each one of these sections again. And I would love to have some really serious discussion with council about each one of these sections. So, that's one.
I'd like to follow Councilmember Brooks' comments. This is exactly right. If we vote for this, what we're doing is we're saying that we approve of everything that's in here. And that's why I can't support this. I never have once uttered the words, the city should divert crosstown traffic around the downtown area. I don't approve of that. Alternate local crosstown route and crosstown truck route improvements should be given a high priority in the capital facility planning. I never said that either. So those are big sticking problems for me, and if those are in the final one that comes out next time we meet, I will not be supporting this, because I have concerns of all the kids on the boulevard that, these big trucks now are gonna take a heck of a lot longer to stop.
Mr. Mayor, when we take this office, we actually take an oath that will uphold the laws of the city of Port Angeles. This is currently done by ordinance. This is the law of the city of Port Angeles, Councilman Whethem. So we're actually supposed to enforce this law. We have the opportunity right now to change the law, okay? And the proper thing to do is to pick those things out that you don't like and ask for a vote on those particular policies. And if we have 4 votes that say take that policy out of the comp plan, then we can take the policy out of the comp plan.
Point of order.
No, point of order.
I attended civics classes. I don't need you to tell me what I should do. I'm a publicly elected official. Thank you.
Okay, so my point is that we have ordinances. We do need to adopt this ordinance prior to June 30th to be in compliance with the Growth Management Act. I assume that the State Department of Commerce has already reviewed this in their 60-day comment period.
That's correct.
And so they have not raised any objections to this.
They have not.
In order for us to have a comp plan that's active and is law in the city, we need to go ahead and do that. That doesn't mean that, on July 1st, we can't keep trying to work to change, what Councilmember Brooks said is perfectly appropriate. We can pull out things and say, these are things we want to work on. And if one of them is the crosstown route, then, we need to decide that's something we're going to pull out and work on. We don't have to keep that in the comp plan. I think we have been getting some considerable measures showing that we're accomplishing that. I mean, that's one of the things we've actually accomplished in the last 10, 20 years. So, but I certainly appreciate the idea that we continue to measure it, and we do want to implement the comp plan, and that's what the development regulations should do, and they should say shall when it's a development regulation. And I've been urging that for quite some time. I appreciate the public works director is also recognizing that. So, I mean, I think that it would not behoove us to not adopt a comprehensive plan. I think we want to take something out of the comprehensive plan, we need 4 votes, and then we'll work on it for the next period of time. We're allowed to change the comp plan once a year. And so under the state law, there's nothing that prevents us from changing it next year.